We welcome you back here to Malta for the CCT Central Europe Finals. We've got ourselves an incredible grand final on our hands. BNE looking to bounce back after a map loss and overpass. And Eternal Fire looking for the first time to take them down in the best of three.
Could it be the 2-0? We've got Mirage coming up next, and we had this matchup yesterday. It was a close-knit affair, 16-14 going in favor of Eternal Fire. There's a real chance they could pull this one off. They'll be starting here on the T side. So they've actually opted to start on the T side, Dinka. What do you think about that?
Well, I think we've seen some great T sides out of Eternal Fire, so I feel like they can dictate the pace. They look very controlled and measured. Utility's been good in this competition. I'm excited to see how many rounds they're able to post here in this first half. We're going to see Major start things off with the rest of his squad behind him at B.
Yeah, looks to be an early B execution. The smokes are deployed early, and they are pulling the trigger now. It will be a B bomb site assault here, and Major leading the charge. Look at that opening frag, and it's a nice exchange to kick things off.
He's got multiple kills, but still Bad News Eagles have got more. Rigon hits the headshot. It's Scenario and Rigon, the two quieter players in the previous map. They've landed some impressive damage, but it's all on xFloud. He's had a clutch before in this series, but not this time. Rigon wins the pistol for the Bad News Eagles.
That's got them fired up. That's more like it. We like to see them ready and raring to go. A lot of fun to watch. A great B hold. The B execution coming in nice and early, but as though Julie's once again mowing them down. Rigon bouncing back after quite a difficult first map for himself.
I love that Juan Flatro is hyping up Scenario in particular because of his very quiet performance on the first map. You know, he's going to be in his own head, but if your teammates are backing you, then you don't feel that bad. But you feel like you got a chance to recover. They believe in you, and you start to believe in yourself.
Well, here we go. It is going to be just the full eco. Going for AKs in the third here. Objective, try and get the bomb down if possible. It'd be an absolute miracle if they pulled it off with just Glocks.
Well, we've seen this matchup be played, this map yesterday. 16-14 win for Eternal Fire coming in. It's a very close game every single time, and I expect no difference. Bad News Eagles started to find a resurgence on Overpass after being dominated for the first half of it. Let's see if Rigon can build some confidence early on. Glock's coming towards his bomb site. He's going to smoke them out with Flatro. Cash with that MP9, and Rigon has scared them off with that smoke.
Yeah, very nice smoke. Nothing they can do. We'll have to wait it out. Looks like they'll commit towards B. I think they know their fate is sealed at this point. But they'll give it a go. Just getting a single frag here would probably be a minor victory, considering the position they're in. Lots of damage being inflicted, but it's towards the CT. They've got the opening frag with the Glocks. A ding comes through as well. And GX has only got the USP in hand. He will deny the plant. They were trying to get that C4 down quickly. M4 recover for Xantares, and now the fragging begins.
xFloud, he's got a kill on the Glock. Gets a second chance, and there's 3 kills just like that, but xFloud couldn't find a weapon in time. And luckily, the Bad News Eagles recover, but that could have been a disaster.
Full eco Glocks only. GXX opting for just the USB, thinking that one would be a walk in the park. Anything but here. The early frag, he thought he'd get a 4-man spray down in that position, but no. If they hadn't focused on the plant straight away, they might even run away with that round. But still, 4 kills found. An epic result, all things considered. That's put BNE on the back foot here. A lot of concessions to be made. A distinct lack of utility. But they have got 5 rifles. They know what they're up against here. Focusing on the firepower rather than the utility. Going to try and get themselves in towards ladder room. Successfully do so. Once again, leaning towards B Dinka. They know they've done significant damage on that side of the map. Just to note as well, GXX wanted to get the AWP out this round, but after taking so many casualties in the previous, can't opt to do it. 1 minute 15, and they've fallen back from the B apartment here. More of a default spread. Calyx, the master of the A ramp, so impactful in this position. Rarely taken down. Baits out the smoke. I'll buy them 15 seconds here to go set up their execution. 3 players in T-spawn rotating over. A couple towards the connector as well, so looking to pincer towards the A bomb set. They successfully garnered connector control. M4 towards the window. Gets the first frag.
Xantares could pull a backseat in Shadow and does win that fight versus Juan Flatro. 30 seconds left. Eternal Fire trying to finish this round on the A bomb site. And they're trying to get through, and Calix is helping that. And Moore steps in too, and there's just Rigon left. They've got the A-bomb site, they've got the bomb down, and with that, they've got the round win.
Opening frag for Bad News Eagles. GXX gets it from the window, but only on 5 HP, couldn't really back them up as his teammates were getting dropped on the A-bomb site. Antara is opening things up as you might expect. After a very successful eco in the previous, they've shattered the economy now. Rigon, no choice but to save the M4, top or middle. Precarious spot. No one coming towards his position right now, so he should survive this no problem, but great round there. Eternal Fire, not missing a beat on the execution. Good pre-fires. Calix, as mentioned, so strong in that A round, manages to get 2 big frags there. And the hype subsiding somewhat in the BNE camp.
Well, we've got to get down to business. Sure, you can hype up the beginning of the game, just try and get some of the weaker performers mentally into it. Just try and fire up because you are behind in this grand final. And once the game gets going, it has to be laser focused. It has to be conserving your energy for the right moments. This is Calix's nice double. Gets the sandwich player, gets the triple kill right away. 2-1.
Here we go.
Out.
So, a full investment here. BNE will have Desert Eagles, Scouts, and the saved M4. They are all in, Dinko. Huge round here. If they pull this one off, they're right back in the driving seat. If it falls apart, though, they're full eco.
They're in the trunk.
Absolutely. They could be driven off a cliff.
Smoke out to the window. Eternal Fire taking their time. Smoke goes in towards top con. This is more conserved. They don't want to give up any unnecessary kills or rounds, which have been a feature of Eternal Fire's game throughout this competition. But this is the grand final. Zantares opens things up. Rigon able to pull back with the rifle on the other side of things. The only rifle for Bad News Eagle, so he might feel almost obligated to go ahead and get another one, which is exactly what he does.
Excellent work. Rigon with a double there. The saved M4 doing tremendous work. Can he step up and find the third? He certainly can. Still alive, but now taken down by Calix. 2-on-2. Oh! Here comes the AK-47. Looking to close things out. He doesn't know. No. Calix is beneath him. 25 seconds. Synopsy in towards CT spawn. Up against a red-hot Calix here. He has no information. If the swing comes in now, he is dead. Needs to recover that bomb with 15 seconds remaining. Has to go for the plant.
To it. Yeah, he has to, and there's not a lot of cover here. Synopsy in a great position. Sends the Deagle shots in. Calix taking damage.
Has to go for the kill.
Solo, he's running forward. He runs in. And Synopsy gets it for the Bad News Eagles. You said that round gets them back in the driving seat. There we go.
Yeah, they're in 5th gear now. Oh, the opening kill as well, but the man of the moment is Rigon, pushing off towards short. Double kill, recovering the AK. Gets himself a third as well. And Synopsy holds his nerve. Time running low. Calix knows he can't go for the plant, taken down by the Deagle. It's absolutely massive that they pull that one off. That's a replay.
Not much more that you can really say about that.
There was a boost. No one can deny that. As we have the MAC-10 in the hands of Major. Couple of AK-47 to Tech-9 for xFloud. 3-1 lead. CT side of Mirage, the pick of Bad News Eagles. And what's the finishing play here? Eternal Fire posturing towards B once again. Major trying to cause a dent with the MAC-10, seeing if he can get that gap. He's actually managed to thread the needle. First kill comes through, but Calix will be dropped.
Blow for blow right away. There's the kill.
Hello.
This is the moment for Rigon. 2 players right in front of him. They line up and nearly gets away with 3. But it's still a 2v2 after that. Not anymore.
Not anymore. Major upgrades his MAC-10 to an AK-47. A disaster there in the fan position. He can get the plant down, but not feeling comfortable right now. Assuming they'll be
too open here.
Yeah.
But they're not going for the swing, so he actually might get away with getting into a post plant. He doesn't read the right spot. They come up short. He doesn't look the right way. Bad News Eagles can celebrate yet another round win.
Huge performance there. The trigger discipline at the Van spot yields a double kill. Almost got the third as well. 2 players survive. Major gets the plan, but with that force by there, I think the partial is up next. Great opening kills there, but once again, Rigon stepping up, recovering from a pretty shaky performance on overpass. And now looking like they're in full control. As mentioned, should just be a partial investment here. First signs of trouble for Eternal Fire in this grand final so far. Nothing but success on overpass. They were actually up 14-6 on one stage. Closer game towards the end, but a convincing finish. First tactical pause as well as they discussed their options. Bad News Eagles know they'll be financially burdened, so you'd assume quite a passive setup on the CT side. No one has to go exploring for frags at the start.
Lots to discuss. Still lots left of Mirage. It's great to see the Bad News Eagles coming back into the game with some fight in them, not going down early, not being in an uncomfortable position, because it's very easy to just lose your head here, but they're a team with a strong mentality and almost sort of a family are the Bad News Eagles. A group of players that have been through so much together. Orgless still. They're pursuing the same dream. Now the Tech 9 send the Mac 10 out for Eternal Fire.
Yeah. Didn't fully invest. Got enough for a decent set piece, which has been quite deadly so far. Bear in mind, with just Glocks, they managed to find 4 kills. Nice little smoke there towards Connector from CT Spawn. Very cool lineup.
Smoke goes out.
Big nade. Max damage. Oh, speaking of which, at that range, that is good as you could hope for from the Mac 10, down to 2 HP.
They're going to go with this as well. The bomb's coming in. Eternal Fire committing into the B bomb site. It's been very difficult for them to crack open with rifles. Now they're on pistols. It's not going so well for them. Synopsy, who was integral to their mini comeback on overpass. He's got himself quite a few kills in this one. Just Centaur's left. Usually you give him a shot in these, but he's only got a Mac 10. Get a rifle there, maybe he wins another fight, but they take him down, and Bad News Eagles continue on their path.
Yeah, very convincing hold. Synopsy stepping up, delivering the goods there with the AK-47. Never a doubt that they were going to be winning that round after that huge spray. Look at him go. Rigon's having a great showing on this B bomb side as well. Only round they've picked up so far was the A finish, so maybe they'll explore their options back at that bomb site.
Eternal Fire, T-side start, not really too well for them here. Smoke has a bit of a gap for GXX to play with here.
Bit of a massive one.
Hasn't really made it work just yet. This is the fight that means a lot. Synopsy versus Antares, and he's so quick. You didn't even get a chance to see him come around the corner, and you're just dead.
Thanks for playing.
Thanks for trying to play, at least. Thanks for coming.
But this is nice. Good reaction here. Assertive play.
He can get around the backside and look. It's Calyx with the bomb.
Yeah. He's watching it though, Dinko.
He doesn't have any health. And it doesn't matter because now he doesn't even have a head. That's the bomb down.
Oh, they're going to smoke it out as well. Nice
oh,
play.
No. Panic stations now for Eternal Fire. This is mission get back to the bomb, and I think it's mission impossible.
Yeah, it's crumbling right before their eyes. An amazing first kill towards the underpass, but what a reaction that is. Pushing in towards T-Spawn, they had no idea. And they're rewarded with this huge kill and the bomb going down. Great nade.
Does a lot of damage, but doesn't get them out of the round. 40 seconds, they're letting the mid player make his move, and it's Amor that's gone ahead and done it. Rigano! Amor turns and finds him as well.
How?
And now suddenly there's a chance. Scenario in the corner gets only one. Centaur is now with 30 seconds left. A 2 versus 1. Where do they go? Do they go back to B?
Oh,
well, if they do, GXX is here. He's ready to take them down. Oh. It's 1 for him already, and now he retreats back. 19 seconds, no other option. You either sprint through connector or you go to B, and he's gone for the mid call.
I don't think there's time.
There might just be just slightly enough, but he's taking his time here. He's got no time. You've got to run here, Amor. You've got to get onto the bomb site. pulling out the AWP.
I think.
He's just got enough, surely here to lock it in, and he does. Immor gets away from the site. Now he crosses over and gets a bit more cover. The AWP has found 2 unthinkable kills, and now he can pull off the full-blown miracle.
A flashbang remains. If he had the smoke, he'd have a real shot at this one, but he has no information. Where has Immor gone? There is a kid available. Time is of the essence, though. Over halfway tick now.
How much is the plant position telling him about the post-plant spot? It's not a lot. And Immor, what a round! What a recovery! That's a huge round for Eternal Fire to win.
Absolutely massive. What a roller coaster of a round that was. The strap book thrown out the window. It all started here in the underpass. You think it's a convincing round for Eternal Fire. The backstab comes in T-Sport, and Immor has to step up, and he goes above and beyond. And then the B apartments as well. He thought there was no time. He gets the bomb down with milliseconds to spare, repositions, and manages to pick up the round. A tactical pause to lick their wounds at this point.
When he pulled the AWP on the run to the bomb site,
yeah,
I thought that was it.
Exactly.
I thought you just had to knife out the whole time. And to be fair, he had literally just the amount of time needed to get that bomb down.
Yeah, perfectly calculated. Respect. I didn't think he stood a chance getting that bomb down, but what do I know?
Less than Immor.
Apparently so.
Bad news, Eagles. That'll rattle your cage a little bit.
Huge. And absolutely. Now, where does that leave their finances? Managing to string a few rounds together, it's led them here. The AWP is out, but once again, glass cannon, no armor, no utility for him either. Eagle for Synopsy, and Immor after that powerful performance. Looking to open things up again, this time towards the B-bomb site.
We're waiting for any jump. No information play really coming in from the other side of things. So Immor is going to come back. They can settle in this round because that's a huge one. That's going to be a big adrenaline dump. When you take your time here, you've got to settle back into round number 8.
Certainly do. It's a much slower one this time. No opening frags. No Xantara's magic to kick off round number 8. As mentioned, though, the AWP towards Connect actually hits the shot. It's not the jumping player. It's actually the boost of Major that gets the leg shot.
Smart to go for the lowered player.
Yeah.
It's unlikely we hit the shot on the player flying through the sky.
Xantara's spidey sense tingling there.
Yeah. He realizes, ooh, a little bit of a gap here. There might be peek from window, but not to be. Deep smoke, bit of a gap. A massive gap, in fact, again. Centaurs could play with this, but Juan Platro somehow is staying below the smoke. Major scoped in over the top. Will he get a chance to take out Juan Platro here? I think he will eventually, Henry. Just a pick, so there's the shot. Major's got it. Now it's an opening kill. 20 seconds, that's all the time they've got. They've just got to run again. Scenari's in the midst of this. You can't really deny from his position. Scenario does get found by X-Floud. Xantaras is holding jungle, which is currently smoked. Nice shot from Synopsy. Xantaras' back is turned, and that's going to set up Rigon for a kill. And now we've got a 2 versus 3 in our hands.
Certainly do, and now they've got a fighting chance here. Maybe not for long, though. That's a huge kill. Major picking up the AWP, doesn't miss a beat either. Gets the opening frag after going down to 20 points of health. The legged player is the one that shines the brightest.
I wonder if they keep this double op set up, because they did that on overpass. It didn't work out. Get rid of the second, I would say.
Yeah, it's probably fair.
Nice shot from Major. Can definitely pick it up. X-Cloud, that's an important kill to find. Scenario could have caused a few problems for them. And Immor, what a beast. What an absolute monster. And he did switch out at the end there. So still the 1 AWP.
Full eco. Bad news Eagles with their backs to the wall now. Looks likely to be 5-4 on the T side. We will see a bit of a stack towards the connector. Have they got a flash or anything? Nothing at all there, so not going to be striking towards middle.
We did hear at the start of this game, Jasmine was on the stage and having a conversation with Eternal Fire, and they were saying, you know, we've had some problems. We're not really great in the retakes, but also we haven't been coming up in the clutches. Well, that's all they've been winning today. Feels like all the clutches have gone into Eternal Fire. Got them back in the Mirage. Major was just looking so clean.
That was filthy.
How is he?
I told you, he has been grinding.
He's been running up the steps in Philadelphia, having a workout montage. This is ridiculous, this turnaround.
Oh, that was brutal. I appreciate it just against the pistols, but look at the aim. So sick. Well then, You'll take that all day long.
Well, the buy is back in for Bad News Eagles, but this is it. This is a turning
It's
point.
not the strongest buy. You
It's
can
not.
see a real lack of utility. They don't have any incendiaries.
That's
No
a problem.
kits, no helmets, no AWP. Bare bone buy. And we'll see Synopsy active towards shore. Got the AWP to deal with. Thinks better of it. Does well to fall back. Early stages of the round here. B bomb site. Vulnerable. Just one player there. As we see, Rigon now. So what's the play? What's the finish?
The boost, I think, gets the opening here. Stars is ready for it. It's a great kill from Synopsy. Can he get another one? Usually you think they drop off the boost. I think Major's going to be the next player to take a look here. He's going to do it from Delpan. But he has actually not committed to the iron goal, so Synopsy stays up here. Finally jumps down, goes for the swing, catches out the AWPer. That is a mental play, but it's worked.
That is a wild maneuver there. Does well to pull it off, but X5 will pull one back and has the information this player is towards short. Can't seal the deal just yet, but use the opportunity to jump out of the apartment himself. He will be dropped in the end. 4-on-2, Major and Calyx remain. 35 seconds. That's a great shot from Calyx, and fortunately the double setup here should secure the round. Major, great showing, great individual form, but it's be a bit of a miracle if he pulls this one off. But he's made the right call of going towards A here, Dingo. It's completely wide open. Now, are you believing in a Major 3-on-1 clutch?
Well,
Does he go all the way around towards middle?
a major surprise. Here we go. He's
I
around.
think that's the play. They'll probably defuse the bomb before he even gets there, but if
I don't
it
know, the
works
smoke
out,
is holding him back for a few extra seconds, and now they finally get there. So one should get onto it. He's still got a long way to go, but they aren't defusing yet.
they're aware of it. You can see the
Yeah,
FAMAS is
they're
coming
starting
in.
to read it, and yeah, they took back. I mean, it's an interesting maneuver. It's definitely one that can sometimes work, but it's just such a common play these days, and I think he's already used it once, so a bit unfortunate there for Major. A nice attempt, but a bomb plant secured. And Bad News Eagles, an important round, and it's all one off of this move, which is kind of crazy. Not the most advised play, but it does work.
I'm wondering whether he hears the scope click, and that's what.
That's the only way I
yeah.
think he goes for that.
I think that must have been it, because he did that with some conviction. Let me tell you.
And
Well then.
It's good timing as well, because Major just left, so if
Yeah.
he goes around, he gets traded, but just the perfect storm. Well, here we are. Eternal Fire, still with a good buy. It's not done yet. BNE are not in the clear.
No, it's still anyone's half here. Good performances from both teams. This one's setting up to be a bit of a barn burner.
I would say, though, Eternal Fire, the only rounds they've really been able to win are off the back of these huge clutches
That's
and
true.
these huge moments. It's
Yep.
not sustainable. So how much can they really squeeze out of this half? I gotta see it just a standard round win at some point. I would say in this one, because their money's gone if they lose this. Oh, GXX. Scoped it middle. Major, if he goes around the corner, he's dead. He baits out the shot, though. Shoulder baits. Gets the information that the AWPer is in the window. Now they're setting up a more to look towards connector. They haven't swung out. They haven't taken top mid boxes yet. There's no smokes down in mid, apart from in the connector here for Juan Flatcher to try and play with. Major's done very well to get into this position without losing his life, and now his teammates are setting up for A. They say that Major has now lost his life, and we've got to look to the 3 remaining players attacking A, and 1 in mid. It's Zantara's here.
And he's been detected as well. Juan Flatro saw the trajectory of that Molotov. He's very aware of Zantara's position and will capitalize upon it. Great opening frags here. A double for Juan Flatro, and I think with 35 seconds, they might just have to give this one up.
Yeah, you don't have money left, so it's a safe call. And that's tough. There isn't a lot of resources available behind the Bad News Eagles either, so we shouldn't really see much of a hunt.
True.
They should be able to save all 3 weapons here.
An underwhelming round there for Eternal Fire. Didn't get much done at all. Completely destroyed through the smoke. Fantastic connector control. Double kill. AK-47 salvage on the CT side as well. This is when they really get into their final form. And they're going for a bit of a hunt here, but I don't think they'll be found. Good stuff. Not quite as fired up there, but a strong CT performance so far, and you're dead on. The rounds they've been winning are down to huge individual performances. They haven't had many convincing team efforts so far.
Wouldn't mind just straight up execute out of spawn. I feel like this team have the power to just win those kind of rounds. Like an AXX. late lurk mid, sure.
Well,
but
remember in the Ents game,
that's
they were getting
simplistic CS.
they were getting blown out the water with the defaults. They started running set pieces off the bat, and that's how they picked up 3 rounds in a row. So, can be a nice idea to kick things off in that manner.
They're going B quite heavily, actually.
How did GXX get taken down to 17 points of health?
I think him and Amor went toe for toe.
There we go. Nice combative positions there towards middle. Boost up towards shore, looking towards underpass. That's Rigon. Orp of GXX focusing on middle. Mage up. Leading the troops towards the B apartments. Looks to be the B finished as well. They only have, though, 1 smoke, Dinko.
And Rigon's looking at them.
Yeah, you're never going to check this.
Xantaras might. This actually saves Xantaras. Saved his bacon, perhaps. 53 seconds. Eternal Fire. Looking to explode into the B side. Xantaras is left to lurk on his own. Sell a bit of a play towards Connector, but there's some utility left here for Bad News Eagles, and that's forced them away again. Oh, I'm not too sure about this late mid-round call. Not
Yeah,
time.
it's going to be chaotic. And bear in mind, 1 smoke as well. A single flashbang.
They've got to run real fast here.
Found another one in spawn, so there's a couple now. Can smoke off CT spawn, maybe Connector or jungle, see what they opt for.
Here they come. They just got to run now. 18 seconds, and Tars can come into play too. He's in Connector, remember, but no longer. Rigon's come through swiftly, taking him out, and now it's about getting onto the site, but they're just losing players. It's a shooting gallery with the Bad News Eagles and Eternal Fire. Need to capitulate on this T side. There's no real conviction.
No, some strange comms there as well. All of them were looking at A ramp. No one was there. But very convincing finish, you have to say, for Bad News Eagles. They are running away with this one on Mirage. They're finding the rounds that, yeah, look at them. Everyone's looking at A ramp.
Well, they did select the only position without a player in it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'd say a timeout's definitely needed here just to compose yourself. Like, where's the confidence gone? It feels like Xantaras they're kind of letting him have his own space. Maybe they're trusting his information that maybe I've got Connector, I've got mid, so we'll try and split it back into this A bomb site. But Xantaras isn't making anything happen at the moment.
Not really. Can't sink his teeth in just yet. A few more rounds to be played in this first half, and they need a couple more, I would say, considering what we've seen so far.
A lot more composed now for Bad News Eagles.
And it has to be the full eco, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it, to swallow that one. It should be 9 rounds here.
Yeah, around 13. This doesn't feel good. Yet to break double digits in the fragging department on the EF side as well. Desert Eagle, it looked like that could connect there. Nice try from Major. And even better from Xflow. That's towards B. Rigon goes down. GXX with the AWP, nails the shot. Had to deliver there. And that should be enough to confirm the round at this stage. One flat throw. Excellent work from the connector so far. Fancies another go. Delivers once again. Hungry for more. Pushing up towards top of middle here. Looking to shut down the round nice and early. Bomb all the way in T-spawn. Not really much you can do now. I think that Desert Eagle headshot's about all they'll find.
The best they can get is a bomb plant.
Well, the position they've chosen going towards B, there's just that single sniper there.
You can overrun it pretty quickly.
Yeah, if he misses a shot, which is unlikely considering his position now.
Boom.
Yeah.
GXX still trying to get a second here. He's going for the jump shots.
Why not?
Get your own graffiti someday. Just a slow fizzle out in this one. Calyx prolonging his life. The inevitability of his death has come. One flat throw secures 9 for the Bad News Eagles.
Certainly does. Very strong CT side so far. Now, if you're Bad News Eagles, you've got full control of this game, you haven't done anything too wildly aggressive, this is the kind of time you want to be dropping in the mid-aggression, pushing towards top and middle. Change up the pace, just you feel like EF will be adjusting after that full eco. Whatever they have in mind, shut it down, get stuck in. We'll see if they're that way inclined.
Default, yet again, selected for Eternal Fire. Pretty default setup too from BNE. Although Eternal Fire haven't really been going and taking the control in these defaults. This is very passive. You're waiting for that aggression, perhaps predicting what you were suggesting.
And nothing to speak of in that department. They're actually running their pretty standard CT hold here. This time the AWP, though, not in the B-bomb side, it's actually in the connector. So the AK's been there throughout, so maybe he's hoping they'll try and challenge this rifle, but there's a bit of a surprise on the other side.
Oh, missed shot.
Yeah.
That gives Eternal Fire the top mid boxes. But they don't lose anybody, so GXX can just reposition that AWP. Double setup under the wood here as well for BNE. They're banking on an A play, and looks like that's coming.
We haven't really seen them present a set piece. They haven't had the opportunity. Could be another kill here for one Flatro.
It looks good for him, doesn't it? It's about the timing of the smoke fade away. Oh no. Major exposed. One Flatro takes the headshot. And now there's more of a movement needed from the Eternal Fire players out of Palace and Ramp. And Moore and Zantaras combined for 2. And there's the Ramp play. Finally a bit of life out of the Eternal Fire side. Synopsy, though, he's the second player underneath the wood. And it's only 1 for him. It's just Rigon left in a 1v3. And he's got a quick flank here, Henry.
I actually quite like his prospects here. There's a real chance. If he gets a quick kill here, which he absolutely should, he has a flash and an HE. 2 versus 1. Zantaras is low. There's the HE deployed. Nails it. Not quite the kill, but softens him up.
Takes him down to just a bullet's worth of damage. Smoke goes on to the bomb. Molotovs out towards the connector. He's got a kit here on his back. This is the best case scenario for Rigon. He's trying to pull the fight. He's trying to force the issue. And ends up going around the side of the smoke and dying. A round finally found again here for Eternal Fire.
Decent effort from Rigon. Certainly made them uncomfortable. Found that lovely reservoir of utility. Makes things uncomfortable as Zantaras comes out on top. Finally showing us some of that strong form we saw in Overpass. Great shots there. And they recover the round after losing the first player towards Connector. Looked like they were done for, but they stick the landing. Zantaras finds his 12th kill, 3 in that round. And maybe another tactical timeout here, we'll see. And indeed it is. Quite subdued over there.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you secure this last opportunity, right?
Right.
Just get as many out of this half as you possibly can. Good to see the emotions not getting the better of Eternal Fire today. I think when you have a bit more rest, you're a bit more in control of your mental state, and frustration certainly leaked through over the last few days.
Yeah, what a journey this has been for them. So many other tournaments being played at the same time here in Malta, and they can't exactly just play from the venue either. They're having to play on stage, go back to their boot camp, set up and play their online games.
Yeah, back in again.
Yeah, it's been a long old week for them, but here they are in the grand final. It's all been worth it. They're a map up. And now making the comeback on the second. The pick of Bad News Eagles. 2 players towards the Palace to kick things off. They might just go for a contact play and see if they can find a cheeky one for the AK. I think they are. Calix to lead that charge.
Whoop! Swings. When Flatro
Here he comes.
Gets eaten up by Zantaras. There's some space now for Eternal Fire charging into the site. What can Bad News Eagles do about this? Rigon gets one, but Scenari takes a risk, climbs up on top of the ticket box.
Good smoke.
And gets taken out from below. It's rough here for Bad News Eagles.
Well, the job...
I thought he was about to go through the smoke there. That was being a little bit crazy.
Job is not done just yet. There's still a chance if BNE. And there it is, Rigon looking fantastic here on Mirage and gets away with it.
That's the bomb down. GXX got a pick too. How about Tenor File let this one go? Zantaras opened up the round. He's got another kill here, but it's still a 2 versus 2, and those smokes won't last forever, and there's no other opportunity to throw them down. They don't have more utility left. Major separated from Zantaras here. The bomb is stuck at Tetris. This feels uncomfortable.
Zantaras is in CT
He's
spawn
flanking,
though.
but they read it. They're starting to look back. GXX turning, and he gets the kill on Zantaras. It's now all on Major. A 1 versus 2. He's going back to spawn. He's running. He loves running, Major. He loves going all long way around, but there's only 20 seconds.
It's going to be a hell of a jog. Maybe a sprint required here.
I think once you get to the B bomb site, there's probably just enough time to get the bomb planted and then get your post-plant position settled in.
Well, they're nowhere to be seen, so he should get that down no problem. And it's a 2 versus 1.
Just don't fumble the movement.
It will require a captain's performance here, Dinko.
Let's see. Will he go down with a ship or will he sail it to victory? And, well, it sinks real quick. Good half here from the Bad News Eagles.
Hell of a performance. Very strong. They've bounced back excellently here. If they got that final round of Eternal Fire, we're probably quite satisfied with that half, but double digits doesn't feel good. Recoverable, of course. Some signs of life for Xantares towards the end at least, but they were not fragging to the same level in the mid stages of that half.
It just feels like this round they had a 4v3 in the site, no bomb plant going down. I think he's waited a little bit too long. Smoke's faded away, and then it was just awkward from that point.
It's all about Rigon as one that connector. He was being a real nuisance. As soon as he denied that plant, it felt like the round was done.
Exactly. What a recovery in the series for him.
Yeah, he wasn't getting going at all on overpass. He had like 27 deaths or something.
Yeah, just not. I think he just about broke 11 kills as well. So, a great time. Well, Pistol obviously would go very far for Eternal Fire if they could win this in the second half. For Bad News Eagles, Pistol win. Put them in an extra comfortable position. It would feel like map 3 is increasingly likely. And a lot more talkative, they're communicating a lot more, and that is something that was talked about coming into this matchup, maybe a weakness for the Bad News Eagles before Devilwalk came in. He's telling them to remember to communicate. Well, they're very talkative right now.
Yeah, it's working wonders for the structure of Bad News Eagles. Oh, I see what you did there. I thought we were going to like VHS mode. 80s cam.
I thought we needed to take it out, blow on it, fix it.
Well, here we go then. It is going to have to be a bit of a B push by the looks of things. The Pistol of the second half, and they are not slowing down. BNE going to help themselves towards the B bomb site. They've spotted contact, and they are going in full send here.
Just send it right into the bomb site and more, though. He always gets it done on the Julies. 3 kills from the 2 guns.
Oh, but it's not quite enough, though.
It's not. Calyx is left in middle, in the connector, in fact, to be exact. He looks for the 1v1. Oh, that should have been the kill, Henry. That had to be it. But they're both whipping, and finally Synopsy puts an end to that.
Well, that says it all, doesn't it? It means a lot to them, and even the gunslinger. Immortal with those Julies, a triple kill. You'd think that'd be more than enough. But apparently not. This awkward exchange in the dying stages here. Calyx can't find the shop. Might have stood a chance there, but it is going to be 11-5. And a force on the second here from the CTs. Xantares with the M4. We'll need him to go nuclear here to stand a chance. So, looking for that connector play there. Making their way towards him. Decent smoke, though. Veils his vision as they make their way up towards short.
Lots of damage being deployed from the Deagle, but not enough. GXX should be catching a more here. The rotation cuts that off. Reinforcements not to be had.
Yeah, pretty textbook stuff here from BNE. Haven't given much away at all. That bomb down in B, which is looking very likely.
Here's 2 kills now.
Should be theirs, but as I say that, you're right. 2 kills come through. That might be the cue for them to go for this one.
Too. Okay, this one's on. 3 versus 3, plenty of time. Synopsy's got a good position, though. Yeah. This is a really difficult angle. They jump over, Synopsy gets the double and just saves the day.
It's getting a little bit tense there in the 3-on-3, but a fantastic spot. You're dead on there. You'll never see that one coming. They try and jump through and get the information, but a double kill comes through, shuts them down. That was the force buy as well. That's going to grant them 2 rounds. GXX shutting down that rotation as well.
Synopsy's been great in this final so far. He was bursting towards 30 kills over an overpass, even in the loss, right? And that's just crazy. The amount of individual prowess that he obtains and also calls for the side, and just multi-kill after multi-kill. Great to see Synopsy playing well. 18-8 now, top of the board for his team, and they're leading the way this time. It's 12-5. This could be a one-sided defeat for Eternal Fire on Mirage.
Yeah, we haven't really had much to talk about because BNE are running away with this one in quite a comprehensive manner. But for now, Xantares has found the opening kill and recovered an AK-47, but bear in mind they have no armor here. This is an eco, and GXX once again looking to do work by the murder hole. Calyx, a deadly deagle for sure. If he can connect the dots here, could be something fantastic, but they are starting to get dropped. And Xantares finds the bomb. Here we go.
Maybe a turnaround. Xantares and Amor chiming in, and now a full minute to play with. Bad News Eagles can still recover this one. The smoke goes down to shield off the bomb, but that gives a corridor for Xantares to get a wider angle, but they don't want to go near the Terminator. They're going back over to the B-bomb site.
It's a good call, actually. All spots them.
Yep.
They'll have the advantage. They know they can get this bomb planted, and it's going to take a good 15, 20 seconds to set up the retake here.
Do they play for the apartments post plan? Lovely artwork, but we're more focused on the art at hand here. This could be brilliant from Eternal Fire if they can turn this from just pistols into a round win. And now, sitting back is GXX at the bench. His teammate Rigon in the apartments. The MAC-10 gets the first kill. Xantares has come in. He's done a lot in this round, but a lot more needed. Still trying to fight. They still haven't taken GXX down. Finally, another kill for Xantares. The bomb is planted, but it's not exactly for the apartments here. Calyx getting onto it. They think it's short, and Rigon, that might be perfect for him. Denies the defuse, gets the second kill, and it's the mind games that win the round for Bad News Eagles.
You just have to assume he's going to be towards short. That sort of plan, you have no time to consider. He might be in the apartments there, but what a recovery that was after losing the bomb on the A bomb site. They hightail it back towards B, and at that point they get the advantage, convert the round, and break the hearts of Eternal Fire fans around the world, because that was a real strong opportunity for them. Great frags from Xantares, but not quite enough there. Another amazing performance from Rigon. Finding 19 kills, what a recovery in terms of individual form. Everyone turning up this time. 13-5. It was the eco, so we do have guns out once again. Bear in mind, Eternal Fire were up 14-6 on Overpass, and it still went down right to the wire. We expected to be close, but Xantares, he'll be fighting for that. Rigon, the danger man, has been removed. Synopsy, though, threading the needle.
Oh, he's found the gap really well here.
Wide open gap.
Oh, he's just moving forward. Xcloud has
Freebie.
no idea, but how long does he want to play this one?
He'll call for his teammates to get into B apartments and...
Trigger discipline.
Oh,
He
this
wants a
is
second.
wild.
He wants the two. Got them both. That's the round. Locked in, surely.
Spectacular play from Synopsy there.
He's just been a beast.
Yeah.
This entire game, really.
Spotting that gap, guaranteeing the round with the double kill, doesn't choke whatsoever. Beautiful, and that smoke as well. That's the perfect play. He couldn't have done more of that.
Just forces the save call.
Yeah.
You've got no option.
That's
There's no
14.
window. And even the save call's not happening for them. Amor's op's gone. This could be one of the most one-sided games ever of BNE versus Eternal Fire. Xantares at least gets the AWP. Should be able to save that one away. But they're on the hunt here. They're looking to take everything away from them, and this would be devastating for Eternal Fire to lose the rifles here. But luckily, Calyx white knuckle grips his M4.
Yeah.
We'll get those guns into the next one.
Another opening pick there for Xantares, but it's not enough once again. The backstab comes through. The murder hole exploited and brings certain death to the Eternal Fire B players. What a maneuver that was, Dinko. He had a 5-second window to make that play a reality. Just look how perfect it is as well. They have no idea.
It's just a great round to watch. Bad News Eagles are playing some fantastic Counter-Strike at the
Yeah.
moment.
And that's what we said, right? Even though they were 14-6 down, those rounds they got towards the end, they shook the nerves off. They started to look like themselves towards the end of it. That's exactly what they needed. They've turned up all guns blazing, literally.
And they're having way too much fun right
Yeah.
now. Look at this.
This is a team that can lift the trophy still. They know it. That's the energy we love to see.
Just think, just about an hour ago, Juan Flatro's lying dejected in his chair, staring at the screen wondering,
Devil
how has it all gone
was
so
telling
wrong?
them they were scared, I believe.
Yes, in a couple of different ways you could say that. But yeah, now they've come back in. They've grown, shall we say, and they're ready to go. 14-5, 2 rounds away from securing this and sending us to map 3 in this grand final. I dare say this is the last legs that Eternal Fire have to stand on in this bye.
It all comes down to this. The pick of Bad News Eagle, and you can see why. They actually lost on this map yesterday, but were straight into the action and more. Dropped early on towards the A side of the map. Calyx towering alone. In the default position, how can he make this one work? He's being surrounded right now. Calls for backup in the form of Xantares. Great kill.
Yeah, fantastic kill. And 1 for 1 at the beginning of round 20. Trying to come on forward here. Bad News Eagles, another kill. This one from Cenari. It's traded by Xantares. It just needs a pixel and even shoots him through the side of the stairway. The bomb's still back in T-spawn, but it's all about this B play from Rigon. He's never sitting by. He's always moving, always finding space. And as the B bomb site that he has found empty.
What a monster he's been. And that's a wide open B bomb site. Coming from the underpass.
The bomb, though. The bomb. Oh! Xantares goes through the underpass. GXX faces for some reason and has lost his life. Now Synopsy goes into the connector and they just throw it away.
Here we go.
That's the moment.
That's the moment. That's the round they needed. A convincing one as well. A frustrating finish there. That was their round. The open B bomb site. Had he just knifed out and gone towards B, they probably win it. He checks the underpass, loses the bomb, and indeed the round. That shuts it all down. And Calyx, it all started here. Isolated on the A site, a man down as well. And he takes matters into his own hands, survives, gets the frag, funnels him in towards B. Major picking up the pieces and the rotations as well. And they're down to an eco, which is absolutely fine. They've got plenty of buffer room here as they try and find its opening pick. What is that?
I love that from Juan Fletcher, just flying through the sky. I suppose that is the power of the Eagle. And Moore sits towards the window. Luckily pulling a couple of kills back here, but Juan Fletcher won't be stopped. He still wants more. He's hungry for it.
Good shot.
And this shouldn't really get out of hand now.
You say that, but there is armor and an AK-47. GXX can be the bait.
Going back to B.
It's wide open. The penny should drop in the next 10 seconds. You'll see a rotation coming from Moore. He has to go back to the window at least. If he gets there in time, he can potentially get them on the cross, but he hasn't moved yet. They'll play retake. And this gives a real fighting chance now to BNE to find map point. Here it comes. The rotation's coming through. The bomb will be planted cleanly.
Bomb down, extra cash. But is there more to collect here?
I think there might be.
It looks like it, but that shot, that could change it all. It's all on Synopsy. Yes, he's been fantastic. But this would be another step. Just another level. He's considering all the different positions, but they're all coming from the same place. All through the market. You'll hear the steps. He knows they're moving in. They come marching in. And Synopsy fighting them single-handedly. Holding them off at the gate. He's got another one! No way! Synopsy with 3! It's a miracle on Mirage!
A back-breaking play finds map point, another 3 versus 1, this time going in favor of Bad News Eagles. It all started with a Tech 9 kill. We said this could be problematic with the AK-47 recover, but I didn't see a world where he pulls it off in this fashion. Spectacular from Synopsy. 15-6. Surely we're done here. As they'll limp into round number 22. 3 and 4 is a couple of passes, but wow, what a play that was.
That is just unbelievable. That shakes you so much. And we are now looking at round 22 pan out. Can Eternal Fire stay up? But Synopsy's not stopping. Another kill from him. Finally, Immortal Silence. The Synopsy monster for the time being. Another kill from Amors. Major swings and Eternal Fire are lighting up the scoreboard. It's looking great for them. What an answer back.
A really exciting series so far.
Could we have a clutch again here from Rigon? Not looking the right way for the answers, though. But we've seen this game happen 3 times in this tournament alone.
Right.
3 times.
Yeah, it's a hell of a matchup. In terms of individual skill, it doesn't get much better than this, I have to say. Seeing some fantastic individual moments. It's so fun to watch. But this time, Eternal Fire managed to hold on. Clean finish from Amor. And they'll take an eco here, which is a wise and informed decision, if you ask me. No need to force the issue here. Oh, actually, they are. They are fully invested. I take it back. They've gone all in. So it's going to be the B rush. We'll see whether this one works out. They're going for the knockout blow right here, right now.
Rushing in. Major's got the first. They're trying to come into the site. GXX is the only player getting kills here for Bad News Eagles. They attempt the bomb plant, but it's just not comfortable. Xantares just easily collects multi-kills. And that's great from the Eternal 5.
Well, there we have it then. That force buy doesn't do much for them. Not sure that was the correct call, but plenty of time remaining.
Yeah, plenty of opportunities.
Yeah.
to close this one out.
But a strong behold.
Yeah, no issues there. Can't exactly hear Devil this time.
Which is probably fair. Probably quite a private conversation, I'd imagine.
Walk has his say in this timeout. Again, the force, like you said, didn't really work out at all. Didn't get the bomb plant, didn't really crack through. Eternal Fire will look to take this opportunity to stay in this series on the second map at least. They got one map under their belt. They go flat on Mirage. That's a bit of an issue. Quick again with pretty much everybody towards the B side of things, but we'll split up in a couple of groups. One towards the Palace, one towards the Underpass, and the others outside of B.
I would be saying usually that this sort of round won't lead to much, but this map so far, these full ecos have been terrifying.
Lamore is just right behind them all.
Okay, now he wants a slice of the action.
Here we goes. Lamore the monster, right behind you. Knife. Knife. Oh my goodness, he's gone for the knife. He pulls out the MP9, and he gets away with 3. Ooh,
got a little bit dicey there, but he pulls it off.
He dices them.
Yeah, he certainly does. The Butcher coming out on top. Immort guarantees the round, secures the bag, and Scenarii left.
It's about the money for the next round here for Bad News Eagles. This one was expected to go the other way. It will. 9 rounds for Eternal Fire. Here comes the buy from Bad News Eagles.
Well, there we have it. It was a locked-in round pretty much, but what a way to pull it off. Very stylish maneuver, Immort. Here we go, and we're closing the gap, Dinko. Double digits next, and they're on the CT side. It's a pretty weak buy. This is what I was suggesting before, that force buy previously. You're kind of setting yourself up for some difficult rounds in the future.
Yeah, you would have had a few extra pieces to play with in terms of utility, better guns available. But we've seen them do a lot with a lot less. And they got smokes ready for A. Stair smoke goes out for Rigon. Flash is deployed into the side too. They're going to pop with this. They want to use the two-pronged approach. They want to try and get players up through connectors too. They're just fighting, but they're not getting a lot of space yet. And there are 3 players in this side of the map for Eternal Fire, and Xantares is even looking mid.
Major had 3 incendiaries there in CT Spawn.
Fire spreading. I thought that was going to cause a problem.
Well, Xantares will find that first frag. 2 players here beneath the balcony. Calyx to strike first. So strong in this position, but taken down. But there is a second Dinko, and he does pull it back.
He does pull it back, but it's not enough. The Bad News Eagles up in the 3 versus 2. Immort and Xantares look to try and keep Eternal Fire alive here on Mirage. And they are the 2 players you would want in this position. Oh, what a shot from Synopsy. There's no stopping him on this map. Clutches and headshots all over the show. And Immort in the 1 versus 3. No chance in hell.
I tend to agree, Dinko. This would be unspeakable if he managed to pull this one off. Upgrades to a rifle. Unfortunately, it's a little first kill found, and there we have it. The second map going in favor of the Bad News Eagles. What a bounce back that was. A fantastic performance on their map pick. Was never in doubt, really. They run away with Mirage.
They absolutely do. This trilogy needs a 3rd map to finish. This competition is heading to all the maps.